Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I'm here to give you all a story about me going through my pregnancy, how it has been throughout my pregnancy, and after the pregnancy through birth, what happens, all the details come right down. So pregnancy to birth, to everything, you know, all of those stuff and so forth. Alright, so let's get started on my story time. So, give yourself. Baby over there giving trouble, guys. So, alright. When I got pregnant, um, after finding out that I've got pregnant, right? I visited the clinic, the nearest health center, which is in my community. I visited that clinic, right? And, you know, did my antenatals and so forth. However, they were finding a little bit of faults with my pregnancy. That I had developed UTI, that's urinal transmitted infection, yes. And so they said that I was overweight, which the overweight part wasn't true for me because whenever you're pregnant, you're supposed to gain weight. But anyhow, they recommended me to a different clinic, the Iris Clinic, where, hold on a minute, guys. Alright, sorry about that. They recommended me to the Iris Clinic. The Iris Clinic, where in which I was then admitted for, as I said before, the UTI. And, you know, the doctor told me that the overweight wasn't a thing because once you're pregnant, you're supposed to gain certain amount of weight, and my weight wasn't extraordinary for them to see that I was overweight. But for the UTI, I was admitted to that clinic. Alright. So, however, they did my antenatals there. I think the second visit when I did there at the Iris Clinic, they recommended me that it was time for me to do my ultrasound to check on the baby, to check on my uterus, because I think they had seen something wrong with my cervix. Yeah, my cervix. I mean, all right. However, I did an ultrasound the following week or following 2 weeks, I guess, and that ultrasound came back. No, sorry. While I was in the ultrasound, the lady told me that, alright, he told me the gender of my baby, and she also told me that everything was going fine with the baby. He has all parts of him. Oh boy, this baby give me pay trouble, you know. All parts of the baby was in contact. Everything was normal size and so forth. So everything was in normal size and so forth for the baby. However, for me, my cervix was very short. So that simply means that the baby could have come out at any time possible, because I was in my 26th week, I think 25 or 26 week of pregnancy, where in which the baby could have come out at any time possible, given you could have come down. My water could have the bag that the baby was in could have come down. The baby can come down and may end up losing him. Right? Because at week 26 that I was in that week, um having a baby at week 20, the when a baby is ages 26 week, it is, I think, 50% of chance for the baby to survive. And also, but surviving without being in an incubator, the baby is not ready for the world as it at week 26 without an incubator. So it was a possibility where my baby could have been lost. So they recommended me to do a circular I think that's what it's called, because I can't pronounce the word. Where in which that meant that my cervix was supposed to be stitched. So they had stitched my cervix to close it, right? So it had been open and it would have been stitched to close. You can look up that cervix stitching or circular, right? So it was stitched or closed up to prevent the baby to prevent me from losing my baby in case my baby had come down. However, that closing the cervix doesn't mean that it would work or it wouldn't, but it would have to be a chance that you would have to take just to prevent you from losing your baby if the bag come down, if the thing that the baby is in comes down, right? So you wouldn't lose him. But anyways, that did not work on me. It did not save my baby from coming down, but it stopped me from losing my baby. I am forever grateful. Anyways, I was here one night and yeah, I went to the hospital. Let me not skip the story. I went to the anyways. I did a circular at the hospital. I was admitted at the hospital. Did the survey, the surgery, and I came out the following day after doing the surgery in the evening, about 4 or 5 o'clock or so. I came out the following day, and when I came out the following day, I was at home. They put me on bed rest, saying that I couldn't do anything, shouldn't do anything, don't ever lifting off anything, nothing, don't lift anything more than your plate of food. That's what they told me. So, yeah, I had to do so. Well, as you know, a person who is not that type of person who would sit down all day and just watch. That was very hard for me to do. So not that I had do anything out of the extraordinary to do with my baby or anything, but I moved around little but not much. But I didn't do any extra activities that I wasn't supposed to do. Anyways, so I was on bed rest and so forth and whatever. Couldn't been able to do anything for myself, as in washing. I could have done the dishes, but they didn't want me to. Who I was around didn't want me to. So, I had to be on bed rest, just lifting a plate of food as the doctor recommended or whatever. Anyway, with all that being said, I was here going on fine for about 2 weeks. Within that last week out of the two, the 1 week out of the two, the very last one, in the night, I started feeling some contractions on and off, on and off. However, um, where I had to sleep when I was sleeping, and I felt those contraction. I didn't know it was contractions, but I looked it up on the internet, and I've seen where it was contractions, but which could mean the baby is coming down, right? But I did not know what to do. I was concerned, didn't know what to do, confused at the same time because I was thinking, maybe it's the baby kicking the stitches, or maybe it's the medications that I am on is giving me side effects. However, I've started to see some blood clots coming down. Those blood clots were actually the mucus. Shows that I am going through labor. I am in labor. And I did not know. I sat at home for 2 nights and 2 days with those coming down. Didn't know what to do because of what. When I went to visited my clinic after seeing that for the first time, I visited my clinic and I told them what was happening. Was seeing blood in my urine and so forth. However, I wasn't supposed to be seeing any blood at all. They told me that I was okay. So after they checked me and did my vitals and everything, I remember it's an iris link. So I wouldn't have known, and it's my first pregnancy. Okay. and it's my first pregnancy, guys, so I wouldn't have known anything. However, with all that being said and done, I ended up, you know, I went back home, went through the night again, feeling those pains. The pain was getting extraordinary, so out of the unusual, it was getting unbearable. So I decided to call the clinic that I was visiting. They told me that um my doctor, it wasn't in to give me any information or anything. So okay. It was very difficult for me to get a drive at that time because I was trying to call my driver and I wasn't getting through to him. So I was trying to get another driver and I wasn't getting through. I don't know what had happened that night, why I wasn't getting through to anyone. But I wasn't home alone, guys. So thank God. Anyways, I I was at home after the night has passed where I felt those pain. But the thing is this, guys, I usually felt those pain at nights. But in the days, it would be okay, it would have been calm. So I think it was a baby. Who wouldn't have thought, right? Because them the baby give trouble at night, right? So in the night, me usually feel them pain and so forth. But in the evening, everything calm and alright. Some people say it was a baby, but that time it was a baby going through labor. I was going through labor, it was a baby coming down. So anyways, me, the end of the evening, last evening before me going, me call my clinic and them say my doctor wasn't in. Imagine. So, and I have been calling them, before me even get through to them, it took me a while. Anyways, I called the hospital, call. Couldn't get them. I finally get them. The receptionist lady told me that I had to come in to the emergency room because they couldn't help me over the phone, which was right. So ever, I finally got through to my doctor and I did rush to the emergency room. When I rushed to the emergency room, guys, they told me that I was in labor 4 centimeters away at 26 weeks of pregnancy. 4 centimeters away in labor. So I could have lost my baby. Anyways, they gave me some injection, medication and injections to send back the baby up and told me that they told me that they're going to try to send the baby up, so they gave me some medication, some injection, and they tried to send back the baby up, but they told me that if I got ruptured tonight, then I would have to go through labor immediately. So they told the nurses try not to get me ruptured. However, I was sent into a room to lay down and boy, may I tell you, one nurse come in there, she knew, so you know, she kept they told her to prep me for surgery in case I got ruptured. So anyways, she come inside and when you're not supposed to get during pregnancy, if they say you're not supposed to get ruptured, it simply means don't activate your body too much. Don't activate your body too much. She kept activating my body, squeezing onto my tummy, back and forth, back and forth. I was like, seriously, I was about to get pissed off at her, but I was like, maybe they know what they're doing. They're nurses, they're doctors, but trust me, guys, sometimes they don't. And she kept turning me, you have to turn this way or turn that way because I'm left-handed, I'm right-handed, or whatever the case was. So as she stepped out of the room, I was ruptured. I felt a gush of urine or liquid. That was my head water that has been burst. Came down. I cried out, nurse, nurse. And when she inserted her finger up inside, she said, and she looked, she said, your head water has been burst, so she had to call back my doctor immediately. Right, because they had pulled out the circular from the time I entered the hospital. So yeah. She called back my doctor immediately and at 4:30 November the 30th at 4:30 in the morning, early in the morning, I am 4:30 a.m. early in the morning. I had to deliver my baby. My baby was delivered. Yes, guys. But the funniest thing was I did not get a push. I had to do a C-section. So, after coming out of a circular stitch where your cervix up inside and your cervix up inside and you have to get stitched up. After coming through that surgery, the next following week or two, I had to do another surgery, C-section, where underneath my belly has been cut a huge cut, and the baby has been taken out and it was stitched up back. So, again, we could do no heavy lifting and a bed rest. Feel like a month or 3 months because it took a time to heal properly. So, then again, we could do nothing for myself more as well. Yes, guys, and the funniest thing about it, my baby came too early. He came prematurely, and he was admitted into the hospital, into the NICU, and I have to be visiting back and forth, back and forth. So that's the next story time, guys. If you want to hear how it was with my baby, being in the NICU, how it felt, and all of that, and all of that. Yes, guys, that's the next story time to tell. So if you want to hear, please go down into the comment section and comment down below, and also subscribe to my channel, like my video, and share. So have yourself a wonderful day, because I'm going to look about my rude little bouncing baby boy who has now grown to a certain level from the NICU, because but it's a story to tell. With him of small years and so forth, it's really a story to tell, and it has been a journey. But thank God he's here now at home with me for a good while now, for a long while now, and he's doing great. He will start giving me trouble. So, but I'm glad for the trouble. He's my bless. He's my gift from God that I asked for. Maybe not in the favor that I wanted it to be, but he's here. And I'm forever grateful. Loving him, caring him, giving him the best that I can. Yeah, God has done it for me. And he'll do it again. And he can surely do it for any one of you guys out there who has been going through what I have been going through, and who is still going through it, and who is wondering what it's like to be a mom or whatever. God will bless you all. So blessed. Thank you. Have yourself a wonderful day. Peace out.